Hello beer tubers and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the Master of Puppets, today joined by
Lena.
Check out another double IPA, one from Sweden. This is from Stigbergets, and this is their bigger, bolder Stigbergets Göteborg double IPA? No, it's bigger and bolder double IPA. It's bigger and bolder GBG. So, I think they just call it bigger and bolder double IPA. But what it is, it's a double IPA bolder, bigger and bolder version, or just a double IPA version that's been ramped up of new and improved GBG. So, originally Stigbergets did GBG Beer Week. The recipe was made by Olle, who has OO Brewing, and together with Olof. And they only could brew the GBG Beer Week for a specific period of time or something like that, because then another brewery had to do the next GBG Beer Week. Whatever. I think you might have had it.
Maybe, yeah.
Because I got a lot of bottles of that beer back in the day. It's like quite a few years ago now. Loved it to bits. One of the first hazy IPAs I had. Then when Olle left to only focus on OO Brewing, a little while later, they came out with the new and improved GBG, which was a new reworked recipe. And I've had it, but I haven't had it super fresh. And it's a nice IPA, but I still prefer the original. Now, not too long ago, like a month or so ago, a little less maybe, they came out with the bigger and bolder, which is then a double IPA version of new and improved. So there you go. And they've started to do like these ramped up versions of a lot of the beers. Like the West Coast IPA has quite a few variants now, and stuff like this. And Stigbergets make some great beers as well. So I mean, they just built in a new they have a newer facility that they're brewing on. We went there last time I was in Gothenburg last year with Brett and Tobias. They had a big event with some cool breweries, some British breweries called Bryggeri. So it's made with Mosaic, Citra, and Nelson hops. It's what Olle calls the holy trinity of hops, because they work very well together. That's also what is in my IPA Flight of Icarus. They just work so well together, and it's so true. So it's an 8.5% double IPA with Mosaic, Nelson, and Citra hops. I'm really excited about this. I hope it's going to be really good.
And it's pretty fresh?
Yeah, it's like 4 weeks old.
Okay.
So it's like right, where you say like this around peaking territory, or after maybe 5 weeks, it's not going to be as great.
Okay, but right now, it's the right time to drink.
Yes, so we need to get it drunk now. I got it like 2-3 weeks ago, so I could have drunk it even fresher, but I'm looking forward to this. So Pour is a very nice hazy color, much more hazy than the original GBG Beer Week, but it's also doubled up and everything. It's very similar in color to the beer we just had.
Yeah.
Humleshack.
Well, it's not quite as milky.
No.
Or white.
Maybe not. Yeah, no, not as maybe like turbid hazy, but it's the same kind of bright white, slightly orange color with a nice white head. Let's check out the aroma on Bigger Bolder by Stigbergets. It smells very nice. Very
Mostly
cool.
zesty,
Yeah, and I think it's very grape-like. Like white grape. And that's Nelson. The Nelson to me really shines, but you could definitely smell that the one we just had, Humleshack, was fresher.
Yeah.
But this still smells really nice, I think. It's very bright too.
Yeah.
And not like this crazy overripe.
But yeah, it's mostly just citrus and zest.
Yeah, and for me, it's definitely also the white grape, maybe gooseberry, and there's a little bit of dampness and a little bit of tropical fruit. But actually, mostly, I'm getting loads of white, like dry white grape.
Okay.
And also citrus.
So what kind of like white wine?
Almost think like a Sauvignon Blanc, which is what people compare the Nelson hop to in terms of hop flavor. It smells like it's going to be quite dry, actually, I think.
Yeah.
It smells nice. Let's try it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Not super dry, but it is dry.
It is dry and it is zesty as it smells.
Yeah. It's very nice. It's more like rounded and mellow compared to what we just had. But what we just had was also dead fresh. But it still got a very nice flavor. It reminds me of a more like dry and prickly GBG Beer Week. Also slightly sweeter, but that's, it's a double IPA. But it has like a drier, prickling kind of, I think it's a mix of like dry hop matter and also just like dryness from the beer. But I'm getting loads of like grapey Nelson character, actually. Mostly I'm getting this white grape thing. I think that dominates a lot.
Yeah.
And also citrus, maybe even lime. But I don't think it's as tropical as
No, it's not tropical.
I remember
it's
from
more
GBG.
citrusy.
Yeah.
Citrusy.
Citrusy.
Yeah. But yeah, not really tropical at all, I think.
I think there's a little bit, and there's also a little bit of dankness, but it's not a lot. I wouldn't mind more dankness, but I think I should have drunk this when I just bought it. The plan was actually to buy it. I bought it in, of all places, Klitmøller, in a small craft beer shop there, craft beer and coffee place, and very cool called Håndpluk. He even brews. He has a nano brewery too. The owner brews beer. We went there quickly, and the plan was to review this on my phone for my grandmother's 93rd birthday, and maybe have her on the video because I just saw it and was like, hey, I want to try that and let's maybe review it. But we didn't get to because after dinner we had a few drinks and some beer and wine and whatever, and then I thought it was a shame to crack it, so we didn't crack it. But I think it would have been better if I cracked it like a week or two ago, because it tastes like it's definitely still got a lot of flavor, but it tastes like it's right on the edge to start to drop off.
Yeah,
It's like standing on the cliff.
But it doesn't really fold out.
No.
Yeah. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's still a very nice double IPA. And what I love is that it's not overly sweet. A lot of double IPAs tend to go sweet, and we've got 2 lactose IPAs after this. Double IPAs. And 2 triple IPAs.
Yeah, but also those that are overly sweet tend to be quite boozy, I think.
Sometimes, at least maybe when it's triple IPAs. But I think this is very nice. Again, drying grape, lots of it. Drying kind of like it's zesty citrus, both sweet but also lime, some lemon. I'm also getting a little bit of gooseberry, and then there's undertones of the tropical fruit, maybe mostly pineapple, but it's undertones left right now with also a little bit of dankness. I think I would have liked it more fresher, but I would say having Dead Fresh GBG Beer Week 2016 3.5, they did rebrewed the original, but only at 3.5%.
Yeah.
I could drink more of that than this for sure. Also because it's slower, but when I had it, that was Dead Fresh, and it popped a bit more than this because I sat on it a bit. So I almost want to say I'd rather drink the Folköl version than this, actually, which I didn't expect. Even though, I gave it what did I give it? Like a 91, 92 or something like that?
Actually, to be honest, I think this would be a little bit better if you thinned it out a little bit with the dansken.
Okay. Because it's too what?
Yeah, I think it's too dry, yeah. So it's kind of it's kind of what's dansken in English?
Soda water.
Soda water.
Soda.
Yeah. And like you do sometimes with
Danish
a welcome drink or something like that.
Ah, right.
Thin it out just a little bit.
I wouldn't want that. I really like the snappy dryness. I really like IPAs dry. I think I like dry more than sweet in general. I love the New England IPAs, but I prefer them usually like this more so than the overripe, really sweet ones. Even though some of those get really nice, but sometimes because they're overripe and full with esters, they get cloying. This one doesn't get cloying. I can easily drink a can on my own. But I almost think I would want to drink. Well, I don't know. I was really impressed by the amounts of flavor in the 3.5% version, but this is also really nice. And as it warms in the glass, I'm getting a bit more of everything, but it's nice. 92. Yeah, it's a very enjoyable double IPA, but I think a little fresher, even though it's still fresh. Just like, it's just nitpicking nerdiness. Maybe 10 days ago or 7 days ago, it might have popped even more.
Yeah, I think I'm about 80 now. Yeah, 86.
86? Oof. Harsh! It's too dry.
I don't think that's that harsh, but yeah, it's a little too dry for me. And
it's not harsh, but it's not, an 86 and 85 might not be beer I would bother picking up again.
I would pick but I wouldn't want to drink a whole can, to be honest.
Huh? I would
like a little bit thinner. Yeah. But yeah, it's just...
Now we're going to have even thicker beers with lactose. We'll see how that goes. We're going to finish up with barley wine, so we'll see how that goes as well. That will be fun. Some Throwback Thursday stuff. So if you guys had a chance to try the Stigbergets Bigger Bolder Double IPA, let us know what you thought of it. I think it's still quite nice. I'm not like as blown away as I hoped, but it's still very good. Again, I've had so much New England IPA, so it's also maybe a mix of palate fatiguing or just being annoyed. Not annoyed, but just had so much of it that like I'm getting hypercritical too. But everything today is haze except the barley wine. because we got some in the mail, so that's how it is. But it will be fun to try them nonetheless. So if you guys had this, let us know what you thought of it. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page, and Twitter and Instagram, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And remember to ring the bell for future notifications about videos. Wow, that's hard to say fast. And we're going to say cheers. And see you guys in another beer review.